So the secret's out, y'all. Yes, we're talking Beyond the Gates, and we finally get what has been torturing Martin all this time. Want to know what happens next? Stay tuned. Hey, y'all. It's Letitia with Lighten Up with Letitia, and we're here with a not so quick recap of Beyond the Gates, and we just want to talk about this secret. So finally, y'all, after Martin has been tortured for so many months, he finally tells Smitty the whole sort of story as to what happened that crazy night. So one night he and Vernon were coming home from a political event when they blow a tire. Now, of course, this happens on some old country road, and they two black men out here in the wilderness. Next thing that happens is two good old boys pull up in a pickup truck. Now, they get out to harass Martin for being around these parts, start throwing some racial slurs, and attempt to rob them. Now, Vernon tried to get out of the car, try to soothe the situation, but they attack him and knocked him down. So Martin, who we know has an anger problem, and actually has the tire rod in his hand. Child, he went to work on defending both him and his granddad. The blood was splattered everywhere, and we can see that one man is unalive and the other one is disfigured. Now, here's where the other players come in. So they call Chief Elon and Detective Malone to come and take care of it and cover it up. So they brought in Bill to come fix it, who involved Joey for waste management, if you know what I mean. Then they call in Ted to save the surviving man, to come and save his life and fix his face, right? So they all work together to pay off the survivor and then sent him overseas. And this is what Martin was going to admit at this press conference that he called, except he was going to take the blame for everything. And of course, all the players cannot let him do this because it will implicate everyone involved. And Joey is the type that is like, if I go down, then everybody is going down. So Bill arranges for Malone to actually take care of the guy this time, who we now know as Kenny. He's the one who's been harassing Martin. He's been showing up at the country club, showing up in the presence of his children. Now, see, that is just too scary when it showed up with the kids and everything. I'm like, Martin should have took care of that situation back then. But okay, I digress. Bill arranges for Malone to actually take care of it this time, and he sends photo proof of it when the deed is done, to stop Martin from going forth with that press conference. And he does. He promptly cancels the conference, and it was just a whole mess. Child, the reporter still sitting there and everything. Now, at home with Smitty, now while Smitty is sympathetic with him about it, he is highly upset about Martin's deceit and not sharing the info, so he asked Martin to leave. Tyrell agrees with Smitty about the matter, but Samantha is on her pop side and is giving him much more grace. Now, while I can understand that Smitty is upset, I am very disappointed in his response because, first of all, making Martin's torture, his trauma, and everything that has come with it it should be about Martin. And in this moment where he is bearing his soul to you, Smitty, not only should you be sympathetic to him, you should be only thinking about Martin right now. And somehow you have managed to make it about yourself, kicking him out when this is the time when he actually needs you, which is exactly what Samantha told you and said, I hope you won't, stay too long. But Smitty stopped, so you didn't tell me. And it's like, but this is just not the time for that right now. And I feel like you can address that sort of thing later on. I understand that communication is absolutely important in all relationships, but this is just not the time. It's the time and a place for it, and this just ain't it. Martin wanted to tell Smitty, but he was always being told by his grandparents and all the people involved to not do so. And as far as I'm concerned, it was self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, this goes to show the dynamic of an interracial couple that people don't want to discuss. The white or the other counterpart, do not understand what it's like to walk around as a black person, especially a black man in these streets. He's in DC, he's in the political arena, so he already has to watch his reputation and that sort of thing, but it doesn't keep him from operating and experiencing life as a black man and how the world treats him, especially this place that we live in. So anyway, life does not play out the same, okay, for black folks. And to me, Smitty only seeing through things through his own white lens is, to me, is very troubling and highly problematic. Okay, these are the things you're going to go through in an interracial relationship, and or whenever you're in a relationship with someone of color, specifically black. And he's also a prominent figure, so you're gonna have to fall in line, Smitty. I mean, come on. Anyway, now that Nicole's barged into the family, she wants to know what happens. Now, I rolled my eyes so hard when she busted in there on Anita and Vernon to ask them what happened with Martin. So Martin was so distraught and he was tired and everything. He couldn't even deal with Nicole. And y'all, I see absolutely why. Now, Martin, he said,
I'm just so tired. I need to get some rest. I'm exhausted. All that.
and then he proceeded to go to eat with his granddad. It wasn't that he couldn't talk about it anymore. It was just that he did not have the bandwidth to deal with his mother, Nicole. And when Vernon and Anita told her, or actually, I mean, when Anita told her what happened, her response was so funky. To me, it was the same as Smitty's, and actually it was worse. And I take the same issue with Nicole that I take with Smitty. Baby, all this, you didn't tell me, I should have known, blah, 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 blah. Yes, you should have known. Yes, she should have told you. Yes, it shouldn't have been a secret from you. However, this is not the time. Why is it now about you? And then Nicole goes on this whole diatribe about how I'm a therapist. I'm paid to understand people's problems, and you kept it from me, and I could have helped him through this, and blah 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 blah, and all this, and then you kept it from me, and how dare you? And you guys you didn't take the legal route. You took things into your own hand. You were playing God and blah. I was like, girl, shut your tail up. Because the nerve of Nicole to be this haughty and this self-righteous, this is the issue I take with Nicole. Ted told her off that one time, and I totally agreed with him. She does not give grace when people do things wrong. When other people are flawed, she gives them no grace, and therein lies her flaw. She is self-righteous. She is judgmental. She does not listen, and she can say whatever she wants to, but she sits on a high horse to act like she takes the moral ground all the time. And my thing is, how dare you come at your parents like that when they felt like they handled it the best way they felt like they knew how at the time, especially dealing with the times that we're in. And the way for her to shun them when she directly benefits from their privilege and their power, hypocritical to me. Now in the previews, we see that Nicole goes on a rampage. She goes to Bill and says, I'm the fixer now. So my thing is, again, she is making this entire situation about herself. And the reason why Martin and anybody else didn't want to tell her is because she is not as emotionally mature as she tries to think that she is. She gets all emotional. She goes overboard. She doesn't let the other person feel through their pain because she's too busy trying to absorb what is happening. So anyway, my thing is, her being the fixer though, how is that gonna make her any different than what Anita and Vernon do and how they take care of business? That will be the question. And so I can't wait to tune in this week so we can see exactly what happens and how the story will continue to unfold. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, holla.